Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another fresh edition of Tectonics. I am your host Shubham Rajput. Herein we discuss technology news from around the world, which in some way or other are going to affect you. So let's go ahead and get started with our first news, which is coming from Pixel. Well, Pixel 4 is released and it's nothing new. There's nothing surprising element that is associated with Pixel 4 because all the features that are inherent in Pixel 4 are something that we already discussed in our leaks and rumors video, which you can check out right here, wherein we already discussed everything that Pixel 4 would be offering as far as specifications and technological aspects are considered because of the rumors that flooded the internet right from the point when Google said it was going to release Pixel 4 with this shape. But that is not necessarily what we are going to point out in this video, because the very aspect associated with Pixel 4 that is making news right now is that Pixel 4 devices will not be released in India. Needless to say, people are left aghast because people have been comparing, analyzing different kinds of phones that are available in the market right now as far as high end is considered, because this is the holiday season and people want to pick up a phone for themselves or for their family so that they can go ahead and make good use of it. But it seems Pixel 4 is not going to get released in India because the 60 gigahertz spectrum that Pixel 4 uses for its Sony radar chip is not something which could be licensed to Google to be deployed in their devices because of security reasons. Apart from this, there are other reasons as well, but this is one of the key highlights that is leading to Pixel 4 not getting released in India. Well, there are speculations, there are expectations that people are having from Google to find out alternate ways to release it, such as releasing some kind of software update that disables the chip. But here's the thing, guys, why would you want to pick up a handicapped phone when there are other high-end phones that are available for you and which will not be handicapped and will do all the things that you wanted to do in a full-fledged sense? So keeping your hopes up is something that I would not recommend you to do. There are also people who are demanding that Google goes ahead and creates a device, a subsystem wherein it doesn't uses a radar chip. But guys, that is one of the most important aspects as far as this new iteration of Google Pixel devices are concerned, and I don't think Google will do that. But you may be asking, well, why will not Google do it? Because India is a big market. Yes, absolutely, India is a big market, but not big enough for Pixel 4. As per metrics, there are only 80,000 devices of Pixel 2 that were sold in India. So looking at all of these metrics, I once again request you to not keep your hopes up. There are many other phones in the market. We have discussed them all in the videos. I'll leave the link to all of those videos in the description box below. You can go ahead and check those out. But that was it as far as Pixel 4 devices are concerned. So do you guys know how a truck is assembled? Do you have any idea how planes are assembled? Well, in simple terms, what happens is various sub-assemblies of these trucks or this plane are created in different geographical space. Then all of these sub-assemblies are put together in one geographical space to actually create the main assembly we call as truck or plane or any mechanical structure for that matter. So there are different geographical spaces that create these discrete sub-assemblies. What if I were to tell you that all of these sub-assemblies can be created in just one place, and all of these assemblies can then be brought together in one other juncture where the entire construction of truck happens, where the entire assembly of your plane happens? Well, this is precisely what students from MIT are working on. They have created these tiny robots which can work in a repetitive fashion to create this structure of sub-assemblies with the help of minute structures which are created with the help of nodes and struts. These robots can go on repetitive fashion from voxel to voxel to arrange these discrete units to form the entire sub-assembly. These robots are like two arms separated from each other with the help of a 360-degree hinge, and the end of these robots can carry these structures or tiny structures called voxels, which are made of nodes and struts. to in turn create the entire subassembly. Can you think of what are the ways in which this will help the automobile industry? Well, the first thing is the geographical space will be reduced and all of the production can happen in a much lesser geographical space. Apart from this will also lead to automating a large number of tasks. There is also chance that a lot of precision will come into the manufacturing process along with the varied density with which these sub-assemblies can be created. So if this idea finds fruition, or if this idea flowers to what the students want it to be, we may see one kind of innovation that will hit the automobile industry very soon. So AMD is in news again, and again for all the good reasons. Since the time AMD has released Ryzen first generation processors, AMD has continued to give processors which are disrupting the market space. There was a time where 4-core processors were considered mainstream and the high-end processors were 6-core processors, that high-end temptation that everyone wanted to get their hands on and everyone kept saving for. But now octa-cores are becoming mainstream, and there is news that you will be able to build a HEDT system which will have a CPU containing 64 cores. Well, what has happened this time? AMD has just announced that it will be releasing the 7nm mobility chips in the first quarter of 2020, which means the gaming laptops powered by AMD will be available at just $699. Everyone who loves computers, everyone who loves laptops, everyone who loves gaming is rejoicing this news and is drenching in the after effects of what AMD has done. We hope that this disruption continues and we rejoice with the new gifts that AMD keeps showering on us. Last but not the least, guys, there is news about Google Stadia that you need to be aware of. For people who don't know, Google Stadia is an upcoming game streaming service which Google is providing, with the help of which you will be able to stream your favorite games in your favorite devices without the need of external hardware. We were just talking about gaming, right? So now you will be able to game without the help of a computer. Well, that is what Google Stadia is, but there is certain news which is causing some kind of unrest amongst gamers. At the time of launch, you won't be able to have first-party Google Stadia controllers which will be wireless. In the beginning, if you don't have a TV that has a Chromecast Ultra, you won't be able to play wirelessly on your PCs, on your phones, or in your tablets. So in the beginning phase of this, you will have to manage with the help of either a USB cable or a Bluetooth controller, just like you do in the case of Xbox One and PlayStation 4, or you will have to play your favorite games with the help of an HID compliant keyboard and mouse. So if you're looking forward to the release of Google Stadia on November 19th, and if you're looking forward to play games that will be provided from Stadia, and if you wanted wireless controllers, well, you will have to hold on for a while. But if that is something that you can work with, I have a feeling that Google Stadia will introduce a very different kind of experience as far as game streaming services are concerned. Alright guys, that was it as far as news is considered in this edition of Tectonics. Stay tuned and we will be back tomorrow with the other set of news that you must be aware of. Till that time, I request you to take great care of yourselves, and I'm going to see you again very soon. Namaskaram.